Okay, I meant to show these after they were cut, and
It's
so
maybe a
that's what
bit
they
while
look
we
like.
were cutting.
That
but
one does not look like that's a start. I actually prepped a little bit
It
extra
just didn't
filling for
have some
the.
of the filling.
Yeah,
on
it's just
the-
it's
on
part
it.
of the.
Enough for us.
So anyway, we're putting this into an oven that has been actually warmed to 170. Once it's open like this, it probably cools down.
Probably less. Our oven heats up a bit higher than.
These have to
170, so I figured it
almost
was
double,
okay.
not quite, but almost. And so that's what we're doing, is allowing that to happen. I don't know how long it'll take. Probably 30 minutes or something.
30-minute timer on it.
That's our guess. And then after that, it will be baked. But we have to make up some icing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much I care about icing, and I do want to say really quickly, if you're struggling with sugar issues, or you're worried about sugar, even if you don't have a sugar issue, you do not need to make a filling the way that we did for this. And actually, our filling is deceptive to look at it. It's like, oh, you think there's a lot of sugar in it. There's not. We used a substitute, but it's difficult to work with. It's coconut palm sugar.
I actually only used an 1/8 cup of it,
Yeah,
too.
in the whole thing. In the whole internal portion.
In the whole internal part,
in
yeah.
the dough, there's about 1/4 cup, which we're going to drop that to 1/8 of a cup. So it's important to know that in an 1/8 of a cup of our sugar,
there's 8 grams of sugar.
There's 8 grams of sugar. So like in the total thing, there's 8 times 3, 24, something like that, I think. I get confused. I'm talking about in the rolls.
Yeah, total, yeah.
And so like 24 grams of sugar is a lot less than this calls for.
And it's throughout every single
I think hers calls for like a cup of sugar or something.
It does.
So
just in the filling part.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not criticizing. I'm talking because it's important. If you wanted to make the roll stuff, and I would use coconut palm sugar, it's a little more tough to work with, but not really for the roll part. And then what I would do if I was doing my filling is to use a vanilla that's liquid, and like what we did, because we used this like thick vanilla paste. But so you could use that, use like butter or butter and oil, some mixture of that. You don't even have to do that. You could just use vanilla. Now you need a little oil or butter to mix that, probably to put it on. But you basically want to paint that on. If you're using, that's what I like about the idea of using liquid vanilla, is I think it'll paint better. You want some cinnamon in there, and then once you paint that across, you could just put a little sprinkling of sugar, and granulated sugar, or we use coconut sugar, actual coconut sugar. Those are good ways to reduce sugar consumption. I'm a little hesitant to give much advice on the dough, because she mentioned, the person that this recipe is based on, that basically the sugar helps the dough in some way. And that could be true. I don't know if it needs the 1 cup of sugar. That sounds like a preference from what used to be the case in cooking. Yeah, I saw gluten-free or a recipe that didn't call for that amount of sugar at all. I think it's preferential to a degree. Having said that, if you want it to turn out exactly like hers, follow exactly that on her site. What was it again? Let them eat gluten-free cake. Let them eat gluten-free cake. Catchy, but I can never remember it. Anyway, I'm going to stop this.